Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Today I want to showcase you a very fun build that I've been using on the live server. You can get like 50 ultimate points within seconds. I use this for grinding, farming XP, or like leveling up companions. I do have a written guide on ESO-hub.com. You can use this setup on any class, to be honest. It works best with a Dragonknight because of the set ultimate synergy. On the website, I do have a main setup that I use in the video here. Then we have one with Mora's Whispers. I'll put the link in the description for this so you can go check it out. Mora's Whispers Mythic is nice because this gives you 15% extra XP. So it's basically the best grinding set. However, you need to have a full Shalidor's library to really get the most out of this, but it's very, very strong. I also made a 1-bar grind setup because this build actually works amazing on 1 bar. Believe it or not, we have everything that we need on 1 bar. It's actually pretty nice. So let's take a look. The Thief Mundus Stone to get more crit. Then buff food, I use Lava Food Soup and Salteries to give you max stamina and stamina recovery. You can see we have a pretty decent stamina recovery level. We will never run out of sustain with this setup, especially on a Dragonknight, because we have Battle Roar whenever we activate the ultimate, and we do that very often. We just restore a lot of resources. It's I'm talking about this passive here. Yeah. When you cast ultimate ability, you restore 50 health, magic, and stamina for each ultimate point. Yeah. For the cost, basically. That's very, very nice. Potions, we don't really need any. Like, you could use these ones, but the thing is, we do have Camo Hunter on the front bar, so we get major savagery, and we do have Igneous Weapons on the back bar for major brutality. So we have these buffs. I usually just use the Crown Thrice Restoration Potion or no potion at all, because sustain honestly is fine. Race, whatever floats your boat. I'm a red guard here because this character has always been a red guard. Any stamina based class or any stamina based race is fine. So even magic based races would work, honestly. Like, the mobs die so fast, it doesn't matter. Now to the juicy part, the sets. First off, we do use Dead Waters. That's basically the ultimate generation set. Whenever you kill an enemy, you gain 14 ultimate points. This is just like completely broken. Obviously, you need to kill things fast, and while grinding, we kill a lot of things. So we sometimes even go to 500 ultimate points within seconds if we kill a lot of targets. Now you might think, well, what's the point? So we only need 110 ultimate points to activate Take Flight. Is that ultimate all wasted if you have too much? No, we could also drop Standard for 250 ulti. But in most cases I do use Take Flight. But then the Balorg monster set, if you have the full one, even if you have 500 ultimate points, Balorg will just give you more weapon damage and more penetration. So it doesn't really matter. When we have 500 ulti points and we use Take Flight, we get stronger no matter what. That's why I love Balorg on this set, on this setup. The last set, Dark Convergence, is the set that basically makes this huge circle. This is great because it basically pulls in all the enemies into the middle, so we can use Take Flight, which deals insane damage. Enemies also get snared in that circle on top of that, and it deals really good damage. So this is a very, very good set to like grind XP, farm, or whatever you wanna do. On the back bar I use the Maelstrom Bow. Honestly, in most cases I don't even use Endless Hail because I just throw Cult Drops. And that's usually enough damage anyway. So you don't really need the maelstrom bow, you can also use something else here. I do like the bow on the back bar because you can pull mobs. You don't need to run to them, they will come to you. So it's actually really nice. In terms of traits, obviously all training, because we want to get as much XP as possible. Then stamina enchants. Here I use infused with weapon damage enchants. You could also use just robust or whatever, but infused, more weapon damage, better. Weapons, training, 2 Dark Convergence, one's a flame and one's a poison damage. So I only front bar this set, and you might have just noticed that when I throw cult drops and I weapon swap, it still activates. So if you throw cult drops and you weapon swap immediately afterwards, it still procs because cult drops has an activation delay, like it doesn't immediately proc. Right. However, if you're slow with weapon swapping or you don't like it, we also do have eruption on the front bar that can proc it. So it's pretty much a huge pool of death in the middle, because there's so much damage and mobs will just die immediately. 2 daggers, back bar the bow, infused with the weapon damage enchant if possible. Again, you don't need the maelstrom bow, just make sure it's infused and the weapon damage, so you get extra damage. Champion points. The green ones, honestly, just make sure to get Steed's Blessing. Other things don't really matter. I usually go with Rationer and Liquid Efficiency, but whatever floats your boat. The blue ones, Wrathful Strikes for more weapon damage. Then I have Fighting Finesse to get more crit damage, Fighting Aura for more AoE damage, and Master Dance for more direct damage. Because Steel Tornado is our main ability, which deals the most damage, so we want to focus on that. Red 3, Boundless Vitality, Rejuvenation, Bloody Renewal to restore more stamina, and we have Sustained by Suffering. But yeah, honestly, the blue ones are the most important. With the others, you can pretty much do what you want. What you need. Now, skills. First off, I want to talk about the core skills. I also listed these up here when we look at the main setup. We go down to the guides. We do have screenshots and everything here, by the way. Basically, there's 4 skills that you really need. Steel Tornado, Resolving Vigor, Take Flight, and Eruption. And everything else is optional. Because these 4 alone are all you need. That you deal so much damage with these 4 skills, like that's really all you need for the build to work. Of course, if we have a few other skills, we can improve the damage, so let's go through it. Camo Hunter. I like to have this on the front bar because, like I said, it gives me extra crit through Mage's Savagery, also gives me a minor berserk. Deadly Cloak. You can easily activate this before running into the enemy trash mobs, deals extra damage. Steel Tornado, our main spammable that we use to just AoE kill most mobs. Eruption. This is here to proc Dark Convergence, but also deal good AoE damage every 1 second. Then Vigor, our main heal. Take Flight, the ultimate we use to kill enemies, like when they're grouped up, you want to use Take Flight because it deals so much damage. Back bar, we have Arrow Barrage, deals also great damage, even more dots. Igneous Weapons, so I just use this because it lasts 54 seconds and it gives me major brutality. I don't need to use potions. Then Razor Cult drops. Applies Major Breach, so the enemies get debuffed, and like I said, I often like to just throw this in, and then it procs the set. Yeah, then I just spin to win. Channeled Acceleration. More crit damage through minor force, and it's a speed buff, so I can run around fast. all the time. Very nice. Proxy that. So this is like the cherry on top. You kind of need to learn to time it, but if you time it properly and you take flight into the enemy that explodes at the same time, pretty much everything will be dead because it deals so much damage. Standard of Might. I often use this if I really have too much ulti. I just pop it and then a second later I might have Take Flight ready again and I can use Take Flight because our ultimate regeneration is so broken. Yeah. But like mentioned, in Fury, the build works with only these 4 skills. They're fairly easy to get. Vigor, you just need to do the tutorial in Cyrodiil and you have it. And the other 3 are Take Flight and Eruption are class skills, and Steel Tornadoes from dual wield. Because I know often players don't have fighter skill leveled up, they might not have access to, like, they don't want to PvP often, or you don't want to do the Suchik skill line. So you don't need these sets to make the build work. That's what I also listed up here. And even in terms of sets, you could use other sets if you really want to, right? But this combo just works really, really well because you can pull everything together and then just take flight into the enemies. Yeah. And obviously mobs for XP grinding, they don't usually have a lot of health, so they die super, super fast. And these 3 mobs alone, I already have 51 ultimate again, even though I just used my my Take Flight. Because the Dead Water set gives so much ultimate. And of course, in the fighter skill tree, we also have Banish the Wicked, which when you kill Undead or Daedra, you get another 3 ultimate points. So that's why I usually try to prefer grinding on Undead spots. I also mentioned this here, like we do have a guide on Alcast HQ, which shows you DLC and base game grind spots that are great that you can use. Like for example, the spot I'm in, let's see, yeah, Cold Harbor, nah, wrong one. Pretty sure I have that one, at least I thought it's listed, maybe not. Oh yeah, Court of Contempt, this one here, yeah. So that's basically the grind spot I'm using. It's one of my favorite ones. Of course there's like slightly better ones in Forgotten Waste or when you do the Black Reach grind, but this one here is just like very easy. You can run in a circle and XP is great. Did I forget anything? I don't think so. Make sure to check out the website. The whole build is listed here, and like I said, you can use this setup for any class if you really want, like the Dead Water Dark Convergence combo. It just works best with the Dragonknight because we have the juicy leap. Keep in mind maybe one more thing about Dark Convergence. You need casting abilities that leaves an effect on the ground will create an area, right? So you need something that creates an AoE on the ground, like Eruption or Caltrops. But every class, every setup has access to Caltrops, so it's not really that big of a deal. Of course you need to level up this here. Yeah. But in most cases classes will have some sort of effect that you can drop on the ground to activate the set. Yeah. Make sure you don't forget to subscribe, hit that juicy like button. Thanks for watching and have a nice day. Cheers.